The best ads don't just sell products, they hack your brain, and they do it with tiny symbols and rituals you've seen 1,000 times, but never really noticed. You see this symbol, or this time on an iPhone ad? These aren't accidents, and today I'll tell you why. Hi, I'm Inishev, and in this video you will learn what messages different companies hide from us in their branding, how Coca-Cola, McDonald's and Oreo make us dancing to their tune, why MacBook's common key is so popular in Sweden, and how 4 numbers on the clock became the trademark of a billion-dollar company. I think it's time to know. Some of the most effective branding elements aren't obvious, they're hidden in plain sight. Take the FedEx logo for example. At first glance, it's just a bold modern wordmark, but look closer between the E and X. There is a perfectly formed arrow pointing forward. This subtle detail subliminally reinforces the company's core message. We move fast. Amazon employs similar psychological tactics with its smiling logo. That cough does more than just look friendly. It doubles as an arrow from A to Z, saying that they sell everything, while also making you subconsciously happier. And perhaps one of the most delightful hidden symbols belongs to Toblerone. The chocolate icon mountain packaging doesn't just depict the Swiss Alps. Careful observers will spot the silhouette of a hidden beer because Toblerone is from Bern, the city of beers. Coincidence? Of course not. In our increasingly visual world, these micro symbols represent a powerful form of non-verbal communication that bridges the gap between brand identity and consumer psychology. They prove that sometimes the most effective messages aren't what's said outright, but what's discovered in the spaces between. Alright, hidden symbols speak for brands, creating a halo effect of mystery around them. But there are also rituals that go beyond mere communication. They elicit responses. These carefully engineered moments create anticipation and craving, making brands truly addictive. For instance, consider the multi-sensory experience of opening a Coke, the distinctive hiss of the cap releasing pressure, the bubbling fizz as liquid meets air. These are meticulously designed triggers, just as the sizzle of a steak of the rhythmic popping of popcorn. Coca-Cola's signature acoustics have been made to stimulate anticipation. Fast food giants elevate this concept through what marketers call branded behaviors. McDonald's doesn't just show French fries. They are always depicted with ketchup at the perfect angle for dipping. Oreo transformed cookie eating into ritual with their iconic twist, lick, dunk sequence. These aren't random usage examples, but carefully choreographed interactions that become ingrained in consumer behavior. As you can see, our brains love patterns. Whether it's Louboutin's Red Soles signifying luxury or Intel's 4-note bong. These triggers activate instant recognition, often bypassing conscious thought entirely. But no company deploys these psychological tactics more skillfully than Apple. Let's examine how they weaponize symbols, rituals, and sensory patterns to create fanatical loyalty. While most companies obsess over technical specs, Apple engineers something far more powerful: emotional experience. Every sensory detail, from precision cut pull tab to the distinctive scent of a new MacBook, is carefully crafted to transform a simple unboxing into a ritual of discovery. The satisfying resistance of the foam, the whisper of tissue paper, even the weight distribution of the box itself all conspire to create that rare feeling of unboxing something truly precious. This explains why Apple unboxing videos have become a cultural phenomenon unto themselves. People just get satisfaction from watching this ritual. Okay, let's move to the symbols. I'll start with the common key on Macs. What's wrong with it? Well, actually it is Swedish traffic sign. You must be curious how it happened. So here is the story. In the early days of Apple, Steve Jobs was frustrated that the Apple symbol was being overused across applications. Being upset, he instructed his design team to start finding alternatives. Susan Kay, was a graphic designer working at Apple Computers at the time. She was in charge of creating this symbol for the new application, whose purpose was to allow the user to enter keyboard shortcuts in applications and in the system. In her attempts to find an alternate, she was poring over symbol dictionaries and came across this, a symbol used on Swedish signposts, the one that stood for interesting feature or something to look at that was interesting. It was abstract, it was aesthetic, and it fit the bill from a pixel perspective. Thus was born the loop square. But actually the story doesn't end there. What was the only thought to be a Swedish symbol actually has a place across most Nordic countries. In Sweden, it can be found across highways, signifying a tourist destination or a site to visit. In Finland, it denotes a place of interest, while in Iceland, it is found near landmarks. So yeah, next time you use the common key, you'll be thinking of a vacationing in Scandinavia. You're welcome. And now I'll tell you the secret of the most discussed Apple's mystery. If you have been an Apple fan since the dawn of the iPhone, you may have noticed one satisfying detail that's continued throughout their evolution. What's the time? It's 9:41 always. While it might seem like a random time, it turns out that this little detail dates way back to the iPhone's debut, and it's stuck ever since. From the original model all the way to the iPhone 16, the strangely specific time has been displayed in presentations, billboards, and posters across the Apple timeline. With a slice of tasteful continuity, each new Apple launch is a subtle homage to its humble beginning. So, what's the secret of 9:41 time? In 2007, during one of Apple's most iconic keynote presentations, Steve Jobs introduced the first ever iPhone at exactly 9:41 a.m. This was the moment when the world got its first glimpse of the device that would revolutionize the tech industry. Jobs had carefully timed his presentation so that the iPhone appeared on screen precisely at 9:41 a.m., perfectly aligning with the event's schedule. Since then, Apple has consistently featured 9:41 a.m. in all their iPhone and iPad marketing materials and ads. It has become Apple's signature time. By the way, did you know that other companies have their own magic times too? HTC often uses 8 past 10, and watch brands usually show their products with 10 past 10 right on their clocks. But for me, Apple's 9:41 is more unique because it's tied to a real iconic moment in tech history. And that is the lesson. Great brands don't just make things to sell, they create moments that nobody can forget. That's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you have spotted other cool Apple secrets. I'll be glad to read it. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you in the next one.